What's up? This is Squiggy with the Music Experience and Loudwire's Gear Factor. We're about to go hang out with John 5. What's up? This is Squiggy with the Music Experience and Loudwire's Gear Factor, hanging out with the man, the myth, the legend, the almighty Mr. John 5. So man, we're gonna talk about Mr. Eddie Van Halen, 40th year anniversary of their first record. Where were you when you first heard Van Halen?
You know, it's funny, my guitar teacher came over and brought me and played me the first Van Halen record. And it just came out. And it was like, what was that, 77? 78?
78.
78. So I was already playing guitar for a year, and I was like, and I loved Kiss. And I remember it said Gene Simmons on the back of the record, and I was like, oh my God. But when I heard it, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. And changed my life forever, I'm telling you, for real.
Really?
Yeah.
How impactful was Eddie's playing on you as a guitar kid back then? How did that transform you? How did that impact you into the player that you are today?
Well, I was really into, I was really into Hendrix and Kiss, and I loved Hee Haw, and I loved, Roy Clark and Buck Owens and all that stuff, Jerry Reed. And then when I heard I was blown away. I was blown away. I was just like, oh my God, that's so incredible. I was just like, it just moved me, and it was totally an epiphany for me, for sure. And it just, just like I was saying, just changed my life forever. And, I still am that same kid when I was, 8 years old. I still listen to it all the time, and I still rock it. And I remember saying as a kid, oh man, I just want to be, Eddie Van Halen and be married to Valerie Bertinelli and, and hang out with Dave, and, the last one happened.
Yeah. How would you describe Eruption for somebody who's never heard it?
Well, I think Eruption just was a game changer. It was totally like, oh my God, just there was all that flash and all that craziness, but then, we had the total cool little melody that was just such a hook. It was a game changer. It was just something that no one has done before. And it was that whole record, the sound, even the drums and the vocals and the bass and of course the guitar, it was just something that changed music forever.
We can thank Mr. Eddie Van Halen for giving us the most popular song riff to ever be played in every music store in the world. Guy picks up a guitar in the music store and they just go right to Eruption.
But there's also so many great other, guitar riffs on there, so many great ones. Just it's endless. Every song on that record, to me, is just unbelievable. Oh, and let's not forget about just everyone. It's geez.
Had you ever heard a guitar sound like that before?
No, actually, I've never. I don't think any of us have ever heard a guitar sound like that before. And I really do believe everyone's trying to get this sound and trying to get the right amp and the right pedal and the right chord and the right pick and the right strings. And I really do believe it's just all in his hands, because I've heard him play through a little practice amp and it sounds just like, Eddie Van Halen,
Yeah.
because that's who it is.
Yeah.
So I really think it's just, it's all in his hands.
What was the impact of Eddie's guitar? There was never a guitar that looked like it before, and it was a very DIY sound, you know?
Well, here's what I think. Not only was Eddie just like unbelievable musician, songwriter, but now think about this. What an inventor he was.
Absolutely.
Because look at the design he came up with, the striped guitar. It's like, oh my God, that's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dude, it's unbelievable. That is one of the most iconic like symbols. You'll see that and go, oh, Van Halen.
Sure.
It's just known for Van Halen. The black and white, and then the black and yellow, and then the red, white, and black one. It's just totally iconic. And not only what a great guitar player, songwriter, but also an inventor of so many amazing things.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously down the road, he gave the greatest gift of all to metal, which was the 5150.
Yeah.
I mean, when that amp came out, I mean, it's responsible for a lot of records.
Of course it is. It is responsible. And let's not forget about the song. I can't believe I remember these songs, but they're that good, You just don't forget them. Yeah, the 5150, the 5152. I mean, there's so many different versions of it, and I've used it multiple times on records. Absolutely. And but the cabinet has to go with the head,
Without a doubt,
because it's designed that way, and it's great. I've played through his rig, and oh my God, he is like the Benjamin Franklin. He just knows where everything goes, and it just sounds just unbelievable. Another, an inventor on top of an amazing guitar player and an amazing songwriter. It's like, you better freeze that brain or something, because it's an important brain.
Yeah.
And I'm just so lucky to be living at the time, because he's gonna go on for hundreds of years. He'll be immortal.
Eddie, thank you. This is Squiggy with the Music Experience and Loudwire's Gear Factor, hanging out with the one and the only.
And by the
Mr.
way, I'm just about to go on because I don't walk around like this.
Oh no! Oh, I thought this was.
Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight, Eddie. I don't walk around like this. I'm about to go on stage. So.